wait for sunrise, so. And I'm in a beautiful location. Mountains, so. Yeah, I figured take advantage, you know. This was a beautiful auberge. I'm off and running. Started out, I think the low point was 176. Now I'm at 810, and I gotta climb up to 1400. Well, several adjustments this morning I'm gonna have to figure out. So one is that most of my clothes really didn't dry. They're all sort of damp, which is fine, except for the darn tough socks. So I tied those to the back of my bag. It's supposed to be a pretty nice day. It looks pretty nice. I've always been a little nervous about doing that because, I mean, you don't want to lose darn tough socks. They are not cheap, right? But in this case, I'd probably just walk back and get them. I'll check on them pretty quickly here. Another thing is that like breakfast is served at 7:30, right? So you got to get up, and it's just not a big thing. I'm used to a big breakfast. I make myself a big breakfast, but coffee, orange juice, bread, and that's it, man. Breakfast over. So I gotta get used to that. I'm used to having this nice big breakfast. So I don't think there's really food for most of this hike today. So I ordered myself a sandwich to go. So there's that. Another thing is that I feel like Sylvester Stallone in a movie that ages me terribly, but I gotta go on like YouTube how to use a bidet. Like, good God, it just looks like a toilet with no seat. So you just kind of plunk your butt cheeks on the edge, except it's too wide, so you just squat over it. I don't know. You want to meet people of the world, man, go to the auberges. So, for the record, let's see, there was a woman from France, obviously from Canada, there was a couple from Switzerland, there was a lady from Germany, and there was a guy from Japan. As we're having breakfast, people who started walking at 5 a.m., a Dane showed up from Denmark, and a girl from Poland showed up. So we got like 8 different countries right there. Yeah, pretty cool. That's another new thing. At first it looked like it was like, what is that, no sheep? No, it's a dog with a leash. And got this little enclosure. I guess you're supposed to take your dog in there to take a crap. All right, that's the first time I've seen something like that. Interesting. The thing that's funny about that is there's regularly cow plop and horse plop on the road, so why would anybody care about a tiny little dog's plop? How come all of our tame livestock looks like, you know, holy crap, look at that guy. Look at that. I feel like somebody should trim those off, you poor thing. Trim those down. All of our livestock looks incapable of defending itself, but over here, they are perfectly, like those would hurt. Like, man, the cows and now these things. Crazy. Yeah, I know, right? Right? No one should mess with you guys. I feel like prior knowledge of bringing along a little bit of paint would have helped. Or at least a pen. Kind of cool. At the same time, I'm not usually one to leave my name on rocks and stuff. That's what registers are for. Climbing. But remember to look back, especially when you're climbing. Oh, not bad at all. I can see 5 or 6 pilgrims in front of me. I know that a bunch of them are slower than me because I passed them yesterday. They just got out a little faster than I did today. but nobody's sitting down. Take a break. Take a break. Enjoy this. You're on the Camino. This is so, so cool. Honestly, why wouldn't I want to enjoy this? You know, like people are just in such a hurry, right? I mean, I'm sure people care about the fastest person who's ever done the Camino, and I'm sure they care about the next top 10, but yeah, all the people that are much faster than the rest of us, but are not the best, no one cares at all. So take a break and enjoy, just enjoy. I mean, look at this, right? This is a building pretty much made for the cows. It probably survived a few world wars, and maybe it was up there when Napoleon was in charge. I mean, Jesus, right? This is just so cool. That shouldn't irritate me, right? It shouldn't, but I mean, I'm happy to walk to the beat of my own drum, and everyone's doing their own thing. They're all walking their own Camino or their own trail. But you know, every so often you have your moments where you're just like, why can't you people be more like me? So I feel like I'm, yeah, well. I don't usually put my face up on YouTube so much, so I'll just do this one, showing the trail. One thing I gotta get used to too is that so far in Europe, there's no fast food culture. So I think food's expensive, but it's not expensive. It's just that when I've traveled in the past, I go to Subway or McDonald's for breakfast and I get all this food. Well, it's not the same here, right? Somebody made it with their hands. You know, it's not made on this fast food assembly line. So, when you think about it like that, food isn't that bad, right? I'll just have to get used to it just like everything else. That's what traveling's all about. Just figure it out, get used to it, get into it, enjoy it. I'm not sure if this is going to be the entire, I think it's 765 kilometers. I guess it's supposed to encourage, but not sure it does. I wonder when I'm going to see my first sign telling me how much farther there's left until the west, until Santiago, until I'm all the way across Spain, which I haven't even entered yet. Man, does that little bastard remind me of, like, well, all kinds of stuff. How about the movie Black Sheep from Australia, where there are like were sheep. But not just that, listen to that. The bells, the clanging is non-stop. It's been like that for quite a while, really. It was like that at the Auberge too. There was a few cows nearby and the clanging never ended. Doesn't that drive people insane? Even the animals, doesn't that stress them out? And for that matter, I thought those were supposed to be sheepdogs. Come on, show me a cool sheepdog. I'm having too much fun today. Not even 5 kilometers in yet. I'm glad you're not the ones with the big horns. I saw some of them around too. No dog here to tell me to piss off. It's kind of interesting. There's clanging. More clanging. I am getting so high. I see so much. And yet I never seem to lose Saint Jean de Bottle. And like the Pyrenees are different than the Rockies. I mean, they use every square inch, right? I mean, look at this down here. All that's all sheep. All that pieces of white. And I mean, you can see them all over these hills. This is crazy, man. Crazy. Here's now I'm at Pic d'Orisson. There's the statue. And I love this. I just mentioned black sheep. Cool. Well, looks like I'm going up that way after I go check this out. I wonder what this is, aside from a place where people duck and take a crap. shelter. You can put stuff down there. Looks like there's another one over there. Pretty outstanding. Like really outstanding. Those little shelter thingies, you know, the one down there, over there's the one I was looking at. They're all over the place. Not sure what they're for. Maybe they really are like hundreds of years old, and the old pilgrims used to come up and they just use that to shelter themselves from the wind. Exactly what they look like. Okay, I admit I don't understand what's going on. Maybe they cut those down like way down there and then someone dragged them up here. Now they're cutting them up. Who knows? Vienen una habitación para esta noches. Right, guys? Really? I also practice up on like the one Spanish phrase I've got going on so far. Well, earlier I was thinking I was glad I was on the other side of the fence as you fellas with the horns, but it's as tame as anything at home. I come walking along and you just clear a path. That's all right. So I'm climbing over the Pyrenees right now. Just thought I would do a quick little blurb about how I'm following this book. I think that's how I'm going to put this up on YouTube. So each stage is going to be a video. Hopefully it won't be too long, right? But that book I've seen translated into a few languages, and it's an excellent book. And that's the one we're following, so that's our schedule. So hopefully it all goes to plan. Yeah, we'll see. Sheesh. I got one person chasing me way back there. Oh, I think I see another one. Well, that's the trail. This is what I've been hiking with for some time now. It is just completely outstanding. One thing I love about backpacking is that there are no rules. You know, I've seen other YouTubers complain about people who, like, on the Appalachian Trail, they say they finished the Appalachian Trail, but actually they caught a cab a few times, past maybe some difficult parts or whatever, or past bad weather, right? I could see how that could be a little annoying for sure. There was an older woman, a German woman at my auberge. She was not doing too well. She decided to head back to Saint Jean, and she's going to take a bus to Roncevalles, which is where I'll be heading to. I'll be making it to today, I hope. And you know what? Most of the Spanish start at Roncevalles and go across the top of Spain. They don't go over the Pyrenees. You can do the Camino any way you want, right? It is all you. So, yeah, that's what I dig. I mean, shouldn't be a competition. It is just you and your backpack. So you do whatever you like. Oh my. So here you got a little rest area, but here it says wash car. People really go and poop back here behind all these rocks? I probably won't show you if it's, yeah, okay, there's not really like a bunch of poop. That's another first. And up here's just past this is the first like stand, somebody selling stuff. Honestly, how could I resist not buying something from the first stand I ever come to on the Camino? Especially with this amazing view. And that's from the vendor in the Pyrenees. So I got a stamp from that vendor too. This the pilgrim passports, the stamps are kind of a fun little detail, you know. And that one in my book, it's not obvious, so I made myself a little video. And every time a stamp isn't obvious where it came from, I'm gonna make a little video and I'm gonna put that all together for myself because it's cool. It's a neat little memory, right? It's a cool memento. My horses are all over this cross. I can barely even get a shot of it. Yeah, you. Talking to you. Well, it looks like the trail heads up there. I actually saw people standing on top. Not sure if that's going to be me or not, but time will tell. Ever see a horse scratch his butt on a signpost? I can't say that I have. This is why you come to Europe, right? Memorial. Based on some some Durezo, I'm not sure what that means. They died at the hands of the Nazis. Been a lot of stuff on this first stage. As far as like little rock things and pretty cool. I wonder if the other 33 stages or 32 stages are gonna be like this. Well, that was the one I was looking at earlier. There's kind of a pass in between. Got a few markers, little story here in French, and an emergency shelter. Super cool. I'm gonna go check that out. 002, so I'm assuming that's 2002. Really? You think that this would be just incredibly old? Oh, wow, it's actually pretty deep. Unfortunately, there's a lot of crud in here. What on earth? Oh, I know what. Some goats went in here, got shelter, and then they crapped. Well, if it was a choice between sweeping out some goat crap with your hands and death, I know which one I would choose. Even reinforce the top with some old tiling. Cool. Well, the trail goes down there and then it keeps going, but I kind of want to go up there. Like I saw those other people. Why the hell not? I think I can easily cut down and reintercept the trail there, so let's do it. Giant pile of rocks up top of this thing, but I got false summited. Oh. Oh. Look at this too. It's like, that shouldn't be too bad. In for a penny, in for a pound, baby. This is the real summit, but there's nothing here. Woo! I just climbed a mountain, or whatever passes for one of the French Pyrenees. If I make a bucket list one day, I don't have to put this on it. Woo! I saw the name, but it's difficult to pronounce and everything, so I will wash it up. Panorama time. Woo! Oh. Not too many times I've done a panorama, and I'm pretty sure I'm getting two countries, France and Spain, in this shot. Oh, this is so cool. Check this out. I'm about 1 kilometer away from Spain. This is Spain. This is the Pyrenees in Spain. There's like 20 times as many trees as there is in the French Pyrenees. Why is that? Did the French cut down all their trees, or is it the weather patterns of the clouds passing over these mountains, even though they're honestly not super huge mountains? Like there's some pretty massive ones over there. But are there some different laws? Like the Spanish didn't cut theirs down and the French did? Made them all on the farmland? I wonder. Well, I'm not a purist, so I'm not going to head right back down the Camino where I was. I'm going to cut off some of the distance. But I also don't want to miss the French-Spanish border, which actually that might be it right there. So I am going to get down to that. By zigzagging down this hill, I am probably crossing the border like 15 times. Just the little joys in life. Okay. Not totally sure if this is the border or not. Not the border. I came down that steep bastard in order to see the border, and the border is actually 0.4 kilometers over there. Oh well. Time to climb back up. There we go. Only a mere 765 kilometers from here. So I guess that makes it around 777 in total, maybe a bit farther. Cool. First time I've seen an official fountain. Help Point. Point London. You're in France. And for a second, we're going to be in Spain. Well, as I prepare to do this momentous occasion, I got to say cheers to a YouTube hero of mine I'm honored to follow in her path. She was here a year ago. Dixie, aka Jessica Mills from the Homemade Wanderlust channel. It's pretty cool to do something that she did. I'm a fan of YouTube YouTube as well, and she's awesome. She really is. Did all the Triple Crown, did this one. Yeah, and it's an honor to follow. It is. It really is. All right. Into Spain. Only 765 kilometers. Ba-boom. In the province of Navarra. And it looks like it's become kind of a different trail now. There are these posts all of a sudden. They're all over the place. Like every 50 meters. It's kind of cool. Cool. There's actually another Camino route that goes up here. It goes over to like the Mediterranean or something. Anyway, and there's my mountain. One I climbed. Pretty cool. And also an old shelter of some kind. I'd actually talked about an old border post, like marking, so maybe that's that. Awesome. Well, like I was saying back on that mountain, Spain is a different story, right? This is Spain. There's trees. Beautiful too, nice and open and really cool. But yeah, no more open Pyrenees. This is what we got to work with. All right, this is the first time we've encountered mud. And some kind of big tractor went down it too, making it worse. Able to go around it for now. Mostly not getting my trail runners wet, but yeah. It's the first time on the trail. It's always neat to see back where you were. There is that vendor. Right there. Where I bought my juice and got a stamp. Memorial. I wonder if that's going to be a common thing. This really does feel like a different trail now that I'm in Spain, They take care of it differently than France does, for sure. Okay, I'm curious to see where that's going to be. Okay, a little shelter. Broke out of the trees though, you got a great shot of like a big chunk of the day. Here's the mountain I did. Peak, whatever you want to call it. can still see that trailer. And over there you can kind of see one of the peaks just on the other side there. Would be Pic Orisson with that statue and everything. Pretty cool stuff, man. Pretty cool stuff. I got the sense that this is about to be it for France. Bye-bye, France. I don't think I'll be seeing you anymore. Okay, emergency shelter. Cool. Oh, there's even a fire pit. Oh my God. Awesome. I am taking you back to civilization. So light and easy. Why not take it back? Interesting. This is like a light, like a rotating, like on top of a cop car. It has a solar panel so that you can put it outside and hopefully it signals. They also have a register that mostly, there's actually like tickets in it that people put in here. But it's about 99% in something other than English. I can read some of it, some in French, but yeah. Pretty cool. Different thing than I've ever seen. You don't come to Europe to see the exact same crap you've always seen, right? Well, 5.2 kilometers left. The nice thing is I feel like it should be like 5 in the afternoon or something. But because I got forced out of bed, and well, I couldn't really sleep anyway, and got, breakfast at 7:30. I got going at 8:15, and now it's like 12:30. So I feel like I still have all day to finish the last 5 kilometers. Yeah. Go to the right, it's easier but longer. Go to the left, it's steeper, shorter. Just a random foundation. Spain is so much different than France. France cut down all their trees. Spain, no. This is the Pyrenees of Spain have trees. I was walking with a young kid from France there for a little bit, but decided to rest my knees, and he kept on going because he's 20 years younger than I am. All right then. In Roncevalles, I'm going to try out the municipal albergue. I tried a private one, and so now I'm going to try the other one now and see what that's like. God, it is beautiful in Spanish forests. Jesus, I almost stepped on you. I thought you were a piece of gear off a bike. That you're a shiny slug. Shiny, shiny, shiny. I'm glad I didn't kick you off a trail. My God, you poor thing. What are you doing on this trail? This is not a safe place. I don't think I've seen a slug since, like, I was a kid in Redwood Forest in California. I touched him, so he folded right up. I kind of want to get him off the trail, but I also don't really know how. Oh well. Kind of cool. Aside from the different kinds of horses and cows and everything else they have here, it's the first time I've seen something weird and slimy. Almost got this first and hardest stage licked. And you can see up here we got a church that they're not stupid. Hey look, we're over here. That is cool. That's the first thing you see when you come on a Roncevalles or Roncevalles.